JJ about this question. Has he done enough? Do we see him back?
Well, first and foremost, we'll need to look at the game, to be quite honest. We've heard good reports of what Josh was able to do, and apparently he moved really well. I think his ankle, clearly he's got over that issue, which is great for him. Kicking 6 and having 9 shots on goal means he's doing something right. But that'll be discussion later in the week. We'll have a good look at the vision, but he certainly puts his hand up, which is great.
How did you see Himmelberg's game?
Yeah, he probably struggled a little bit on the weekend. He wasn't probably didn't get to enough contests that we were after him to get to. He wasn't alone. We were reasonably poor in some certain areas on the weekend. So yeah, he's had a really good, strong month. But yeah, didn't quite to his normal level on the weekend.
With JJ, obviously the 6 goals is great, but is the fact he had 4 contested marks, is that almost as important? The fact he was able to create a contest and really compete, which is probably what he was missing in those first few games of the season.
Yeah, I think the goals are a bonus for us, to be quite honest. It's when some of our guys go back, and Seaman's probably in the same boat, it's how they look to move. They look like they can play AFL footy with their movement. So that's what will be a big deciding factor. So we'll go back and have a look at that. But all reports were that he was very strong in that area. And yeah, it's always great to have a key forward taking strong marks. So that'll get looked at, and we'll certainly discuss it at match committee.
And Seaman and Douglas as well. So you got through their first game back from long injury breaks. Obviously great to have them in the conversation this week.
Absolutely, we've got a few guys in the conversation this week, which is excellent. I mean, selection pressure is what you need, and it'll be the same for those 2 guys as well. Like, how did they actually look? How did they get through the game? Was their movement at an AFL standard? All that sort of stuff. But they will certainly be in the conversation.
Matt Crouch too.
Yeah, Matt will be in the conversation as well. Hopefully he'll be assessed during the week. I know I'm not giving you any things to take away with here, but he'll be assessed definitely. He's improved quite significantly over the last couple of days. So yeah, that hip is improving. So unfortunately, I can't give you more than that, but he'll certainly be in the conversation.
Another one is Wayne Miller. Is
in
he
the conversation?
The type of guy is he the type of guy that if he does pass the test, he doesn't have to play one in the sample?
Oh, I think it's a combination of a few things. He's probably one guy that his fitness level is, and he's been able to run as well, which can get him to that point pretty quickly. So you'd back that side of it in. Again, that'll be something that does the balance right. How does he feel with regards to his training? How much has he done with the rehab guys? And we'll get all those numbers later in the week. But he's certainly one that can add a different dimension to our group. And he was playing some pretty strong footy before he went out. So yeah, once again, he'll be thrown up, no doubt.
On the weekend, Lockie Neal, first half 26 disposals, and he was huge.
Yeah.
Do you look at that and think perhaps in the future that gives us a reason to give someone like an Ellis Yeoman as a full-blind target?
Yeah, well, we were disappointed because we had some things set for him early in the game and we weren't able to execute them. I don't need to give you the ins and outs of that, but we were looking to have a better performance against him. So, and that can include an Ellis Yeoman, it can include Sloan, the midfield group. So we were disappointed with that. If you saw in the second half, we actually threw Chase Jones onto him, and Chase did a reasonable job, limited his impact in the second half. But yeah, it's something that's always in the back of your mind. Do you have to develop someone to do a role like that, or do you bring someone in? So yeah, we never rule anything out.
Is that a role that Chase could have in the future?
I'd probably see Chase becoming a really strong midfielder for us, just a genuine guy who can go and win his own ball, but at the same time he's fit and strong, so maybe in the build-up towards that he could possibly do a role like that.
Was Rollo Knight someone? Obviously he's done those sort of tagging roles on Joel Selwyn before obviously he was in the sample this week. Do you bring him back for, if there's opposition has a really dominant mid, do you bring him back for those sort of...
Yeah, so you like to... he has done it before for us, so yeah, he's definitely one you look at if you think we need to lock this guy down, because he's been successful at it. So he went out because his form wasn't quite at the level, so you still have to be in good form. And I think we have enough people inside the team who can do a role if required, but whether or not you decide to go to a one-person role to lock away, which other clubs are doing successfully as well. So it's in the back of your mind.
Who would you tag at West Coast?
Oh yeah, there's a few there, isn't there? Yo's a reasonable player. He can win the ball in tight, but he's pretty good on the spread as well. And yeah, I mean they got a number of them really. So not sure if we will, but we certainly got to be a bit stronger around the contest than we were on the weekend.
How big is the test of Eagles at Adelaide Oval? They play, it's almost a home for them.
Yeah, it's a big test for us. They're playing the Premier. They weren't in terrific form at the start of the year, but they've certainly turned that around. They probably play a little bit differently than we have over the last month as well. They certainly like to control the ball and use the ball by foot, so it'll be a different challenge for us, but they got some pretty good players. And for us, we need to turn around the pressure and the contest stuff from the weekend, which was not at the level that we have been, and no better side to bring it against.
Do you need a statement win as a club for confidence and belief?
Oh, not necessarily. I think we've been really strong over the last month. I think we've really enjoyed what we've been able to do, and any win's a good win, let's be honest. But it wouldn't be because we need to make a statement. It's just because we want to make finals and play finals, so you have to win these games.
What did the group learn from the last 5 minutes against Brisbane that they could maybe change if they found themselves in that situation again?
Yeah, well, the good thing about it is we didn't give up the fight. We started to look to move the ball a little bit quicker and shift the ball. Now, you have to play what the opposition give you at times, but we looked to take the game on a little bit. It was almost, when we got 4 goals down, they almost looked like they felt they had to do something. So we were trying to get that going most of the day. But I think the pleasing thing is that we can do it if we put our minds to it and attack the spaces that we wanted to attack. So, some confidence building, but still we were, like I mentioned, a little bit disappointed in the way we went about it for probably the first 3 quarters.
Some really, I don't know how you build on it because it's an uncharacteristic thing, but some strange skill errors, and I think of them drop mark and text in the third and then Lynchy at the end there. How do you address that?
Oh, they're fundamental errors, really, and they're things that you just need to do better. Whether you're the captain, whether you're a first game player, and they know that, so there's no use beating people over the head about a drop mark, but those things just have to be done better, and the players know it. They'll know it as soon as they've done it as well. So it gets highlighted and it doesn't fit in with what we want to do, but I think there was a fair bit of other stuff that we could have done better in our sort of 1%ers, or the way we bodied up against opposition, which could have put us in a better position.
How do you rate Gibbsy's performance, and where do you see his role in the team?
Yeah, he was solid. He came in and played a number of different roles for us. Played through the midfield, played a little bit forward and a little bit back. So his flexibility is good. He came in for Matt, so it'll be a conversation. But he's certainly his best, and when he gets in the fight, he's as good as anyone we've got. Probably didn't do it for every occasion that we're after it on the weekend, but he wasn't alone in that space either. So it'll be a good conversation, but he's certainly a player we want to keep in the side if he's up and going.
Benny, he Greenwood only had the 9 touches. Was it more because he was sort of playing forward a fair bit on Saturday, or was he sort of not what's he do with the midfield mix? Was he playing in the forward half a bit, or what sort of contributed to that?
Yeah, so he started in the middle, and then we were getting beaten a little bit in clearance as well, and he wasn't having his normal impact, so we moved him forward to try and have an impact there, and he found it a bit difficult on the weekend to get into the game. So there were times where we moved him in the middle to use him there, but he just wasn't having his normal impact. So we were looking for the right mix there, and I think having Chase go in for a role as well maybe made him spend some more time forward. But yeah, he wasn't quite at the level of the last month, and but we think he'll get back there pretty quick.
And do you love that courage that Alex Keith showed in going back with the flight on the ball? He unfortunately collided with Hardo, but I think there was one or two commentators who said that maybe Alex should have pulled out of that contest and sort of let it go. What's his sort of thought on that?
No, don't pull out. Go for that one every time. Very courageous, both of the boys too. And I can't remember the Brisbane guy who was it Hipwood at the same time. But they all had their eye on the ball. They're all going for the footy, and that's just it's a courageous act. And his sole focus was to win the ball for his team. So no, we'll keep going for those ones. And it was just an unfortunate incident. We didn't have anything too bad come out of it with regards to injury. Lost some tall players off the field for a little while, but look, it's just courageous, and credit to what he can do.
Charlie Cameron, the one that got away?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he had, what do you have, 9 shots on goal, I think, or a lot. So yeah, he was dangerous, and we didn't quite have the guy to go with him for the whole time. I thought they did it pretty well, Brisbane. They actually moved around a fair bit and took our direct matchups away sometimes. So they did it quite well, and often we saw Cameron on Talia, which is not our preferred matchup, but they did it well and ended up getting a good result, so he looked pretty dangerous.
So in that sense, does it scare you that West Coast have Liam Ryan and Willie Rioli?
Doesn't scare us, but doesn't scare us, but we want to make sure that we get our matchups right and get the people in the right positions, plus get a little bit more heat around the footy at times as well, because Charlie was able to walk out sometimes with not much pressure on the ball and get easy marks and easy ground balls, so yeah, we need to be a bit better all over the ground.